Happy New Year, Ma. Good morning and a happy Sunday collective.
Good morning. Happy New Year to all of you. And may 2026 be the most rejuvenating, reinforcing, and revalidating experience point of your life so that you are stunningly able to touch the truth, feel the love, and connect to your loved ones, to places, to things, to people, and honor them with gratefulness in your heart and revalidate your existence on planet Earth by sharing your love and doing whatever is the most important structure of your life.
So in this structure of life and the reconnections and the rejuvenations and the realignments, how do we touch and feel these experiences of truth and happiness, Ma?
We really have to first understand that touch is of the body and the feel is from the heart.
Wow.
So even when we have the touch of the divine, we feel it as a vibration, a harmonic, an activation. And even if we can't feel it, we know that in our Akashic records, in our karmic resonance, in our DNA, there are subtle changes that are vibrating and the frequency that we just feel that things are better. You know, people come and say, I'm really feeling so cocooned by the light. I love the embrace of the light. I feel well. And then, of course, at other times they say that, I'm really touched by the feeling of this hug that you gave me. And I'm touched by, how my family members supported me in a situation, whether it was a hospital visit or a wedding, and, the presence of someone touches you. And because there is a symphony of togetherness, body to body, and you are able to feel that moment of togetherness and that feeling of being completely relaxed. And what you are projecting out towards others, they are also projecting back at you. So depending on how you are touching the truth of that feeling and how that feeling is embracing you, it's a very symbiotic and close encounter, You can be touching something and you can be feeling something, and yet you are not feeling that thing and you're not touching the truth. It could be an illusion. It could be a manifestation of your own ideas and your projections and your negative thought patterns. And you could just be debilitating your own self just by the ideas of how you're thinking and how you're projecting that reality out into the universe. And the universe is the law of attraction. Whatever you put out, you are like a magnet attracting that back to yourself. So you have to be really, really, really facing deeply the stability of your inner consciousness and coming up with new ideas every day on how to make yourself attract that validated reinforcement that the divine is sending you as gifts every single day. The touch of the divine and your feeling that you are blessed is very important to restructure and resurface yourself in 2026, because whatever you put out there is going to be multiplied manyfold. And the most opulent energy of 2026 is that it has the capacity to multiply. So if you're going to go out there for war and anger and fear and hate and anxiety and despair and depression, and am I going to fall ill? Is this going to be a bad year? I hear so many voices in the universe saying that this is going to be destructive, this is not so good. When I'm telling you it's a great year for formulating your new life with the truth and touching the truth in your heart and feeling well and moving ahead and completely supported. Know that the universe has sufficient resources. And when you're connected to Reiki and the KQ Force and my Golden Cloud, you have the creative source points of that light coming down to you. And if you're not connected, you're still connected to your own, mantras, your own meditations, your religion. Wherever you are in the world, if you just connect to the source, the divine is always reciprocating, always shifting, and the inhabitants of Mother Earth are always receiving in plenty. It just has to be that you have to be part of that centrifugal force of light, that pillar of light that is supporting you. And remember that that pillar of light and you are not separated, not even at the point of death, because it's through that, that you're being beamed up back into the spiritual abodes to do the work there. So stay with that feeling that you are completely in a space of wellness. Touch the truths of your life. And if there's some things that you don't like, then change your behavior, because whatever is happening in your life has happened because of a repetitive behavior and a repetitive idea that you have manifested. And you have to change that in order to change your worldview and your experiences. And when you will be that enlightened self, then the energy will also be an enlightened energy that is going to flow to you, sparkling with diamonds and gold and silver and platinum and the rush of that goodness. And you're going to, use that to share it with others. And there could be somebody who could be hosting you at a very ornate, meal, but they could be just thinking that when is this going to get over? So what you're eating is not that lovely meal. You're eating the energy of when is this whole thing going to get over? When are they going to leave? When am I going to get on with my life, what I want to do or really want to do? So don't take that energy into anything that you're doing. Go with full flavor and full feelings and experience the touch of reinvention. I think that would be my
guidance, Ma.
Yeah.
So in this connection of being in spaces where people are sending out a certain vibe or energy or thought, and we are in an interactive space, like we could be hugging them, laughing with them, eating with them, and then what can we do to protect ourselves from these not negative vibrations, but unbalance or disbalancing energies from others?
We have to remember that the best and most appropriate clearing of this energy or grounding of this energy is to always think of your feet and thank them for being there. Because remember that they're connected to the magnetic force of Mother Earth, and Mother Earth is magnificently, willingly taking all the debris and all the negative vibrations and all the blocks and clearing them for you spontaneously. So when you reciprocate and you're grateful for Mother Earth and that magnetic pull, immediately you're grounding, you're clearing, you're reinventing yourself, and those nectarian energies of the divine embrace, that touch, that feeling of wellness is flowing through to every pore and cell of your body. So, sometimes we say walk on the grass. Sometimes we say just rub your feet. Sometimes, you have the acupressure point mat and people say just press, and, there's reflexology and people are working on your feet and trying to open those little mini chakras or micro chakras that are on your feet to open and to connect you more, to stabilize you with those magnetic forces. And those are wonderfully aligned with the grids of Mother Earth's crystalline formations within the mandalas of light that are coming from the heart of Mother Earth. And she's always empowering you and giving you rejuvenation, revitalizing you. And you're reverberating with the goodness and the feeling of, I am feeling so well. And I think that is one. Drinking water is the other. Running is also another good way of or even walking, running, doing some stretching, exercising, drinking water. And lighting a candle is also a good way of discharging those negative energies. Actually using all the elements, the earth, the space, the fire, the air, and the water. Bathing is a very good exercise, swimming, spending a few extra minutes. You know, there was one gentleman who used to come to me and used to say, after I have a bath, I'm always so tired.
Oh.
So I used to look at him and I used to say, you spend so little time in the shower. You just need to spend just a few more minutes. And he came back after a while and said, you know, you were right. Because just when I spend those 2-3 minutes extra under the shower, I come out feeling very rejuvenated. So just when the rush of the negative energies was moving down, he would stop his bathing.
Oh, wow.
So you should be intuitively connected to yourself that you're feeling good. And when you're feeling good, you step out. You know, when you take your children for a swim and they say, Mom, just 5 more minutes. I'm really wanting to spend more time in the pool. You should let them, because they're intuitively telling you that some healing is going on, which we have not really, connected to before, and we want to experience this moment a little bit longer.
So how do we know that we're not overexposing ourselves to even the good energies? Like, there might be times where we should stay longer, and there might be times where we should cut short our visit or our experience of places or people or even foods that we're eating. So how do we know that? How do we create balance in 2026, Ma?
Because we should be listening to our heart, and the heart should be connected. The chariot of the heart. Remember that the chariot of your heart, you are the rider. The intuitive self is watching, and information is being supplied by your eyes and your ears and your nose and your mouth, and what you're speaking and what you're tasting and what you're touching. And we say that you touch the truth of whatever is happening. So I think just to become more aware beings, we need to really see what is the information that our eyes are giving us. And if it's negative, then it's your critical self. It's not your intuitive self. Okay. Everything that's positive is coming from your intuitive self, and gratefulness is the most cherished energy of 2026. If you're grateful, you're going to really nurture yourself in a magnificent way. Yesterday I had somebody saying, these so many leaves in my garden are dead and I don't know what to do with them. And then somebody else could be looking at the same leaves and saying that, wow, I've got so many leaves that I can make leaf mold manure for my plants, and my colorful flowers are going to get more color in them, and I'm going to nurture Mother Earth with all the energies that these trees are giving up their body parts for, right? So it depends on how you're looking at what's happening around you. And if you're grateful, then you're generating some great, huge resource centers for yourself.
So tell us a little bit more about these resource centers. Are they in our heart, or they are in our aura or chakras?
The first resource is, of course, our Akashic records.
Okay, Ma. What is that for people who don't know?
The Akashic records are records that we have created in previous lifetimes through our actions and through our memories. And we have stored maybe some very good memories and some not so good memories there for us to manifest and to heal those parts in this human life. And when those Akashic records are unleashed or released from those spaces, then the karma unfolds and situations manifest. People come, you go to certain places, you go to use certain things. You may be holding a cup and getting so much pleasure drinking coffee from that cup. And you could be saying that this is such a wonderful drink. Or you could be looking at the same cup and saying, I want only half. This cup is too big and this drink is too much. And somebody else could be thinking that this is so delicious. I wish that this coffee could last forever.
Yes, ma'am.
So it depends on how you're looking. So half a cup, full cup, wanting a bigger cup, and wanting that drink to continue forever. is the unleashing of your karmic record, and what is the experience that you're going to manifest. So if you have gratitude, then all experiences are worth it. You know, when you go to a play, you go for a walk, you go for a nature walk, you go visit a friend, you visit an elderly aunt, you come away saying, you know, that was really worth it, because there's some feeling and some touching of the truth that you've done for your soul self that is unleashing some good karma, which is then again going to be recorded in your book of karma, in your Akashic records. And the keepers of the records are going to smile and say that this is a good child. It's doing, you know, is always grateful. So let's give it some brownie points. Let's just delete some of the negative things from his karmic records so that he doesn't ever remember them or ever need to revisit those episodes of his life. And then there could be somebody who could be always complaining, and then those naughty keepers of the karmic records could say that, you know, not learning his lesson, maybe we need to harden it a little bit more. So things will come up to give you a little bit extra of the punishment. So that's why it's so important to be, connected to the light, to have that effulgence flowing through you and keeping you centered in that ambient voice of goodness and the ambience of a beautiful place. You know, even if you're using a beautiful thing, or appreciating it, it becomes more beautiful.
So is it the same when we criticize and it becomes diminished?
Yes.
So that's an energy we should really
not take forward in 2026.
And how do we not have a critical mindset for the self, Ma?
Because messages are flowing from the spiritual universes, and if we are connected to the flow of the good messages, then we are very empowered. But sometimes there are some, some beings that are also sending us negative messages. So if we catch the frequencies of others' thoughts and we pick them up as negative vibrations or criticism, it could be your hair. You know, you could be having a very beautiful, stylized, you've been to the beauty parlor, you've got ringlets and things, and somebody says, oh, you have such curly hair, it doesn't suit you. So the minute that person says that critical thing, your confidence is going down, or you could feel that whole evening you're waiting to get home and brush out these ringlets and saying, I don't like it, and So I remember that there's a niece of mine who had ringlets in her hair, and she was going to play the role of Goldilocks. And then somebody told her that she was not looking nice. So throughout the play, she was only crying.
Oh no.
And then when she came home, she had 103 fever. Because she had built herself up, and she had, like a magnet, she had, got all the negative. And so it transformed even the people who appreciated her role. There were other kids who were saying, wow, she's so pretty, she's going to be Goldilocks, she's playing the lead role, and they were sending her some appreciation. But she was not connecting to that appreciation. She was immediately connecting to that one
negative
It's like
sound.
An obsessive compulsive disorder that you're just resonating, and it's like a knitting ball,
Yes,
you're just
Mom.
Wrapping up more and more of that same negative, and then boom, it goes
And bursts into your life.
and
So
creates negative
vibration. So we have a lot of love coming in from all corners of the world, and lots of Happy New Year wishes.
Love you all so much.
Yes, Ma, we love you too. And a lot of gratitude, whether it's from Parul Kashyap, Arpita, Atalesh Mathur, Tiny Auntie. Everyone is rejoicing
That
we're back on the
Yes.
Sunday Collective, and they can have your darshan and your guidance, Ma. And in that connection, we have a wonderful update of Garvita and Ekta Didi that are traveling back to India, and they'll see us very soon. Waiting to hug them. And then we have Arpita, who's talking about connecting with what you're saying, Ma, about the Akashic records, and how she was having a conversation at the end of last year with her cousin about how to heal these Akashic records. So could you tell us a little bit more
Yeah,
about
first
that?
we have to understand that they are part of deep memories in our soul that are unwinding in our heart chakra and in our third eye. So I always call them the twin hearts, the third eye chakra delving into the heart. So the pen of the tongue should always be dipped in the ink of the heart to feel the gratitude, to feel the love. And these Akashic records can be healed spontaneously with just doing good actions. It could be as simple as watering a plant or putting out some, remnants of bread for the birds, or it could be, feeding a cow. It could be just spontaneously hugging somebody or visiting an elderly neighbor and maybe going shopping with them, holding their hand to help them cross the road. It could be simple acts. It doesn't have to be big plans in the future. It has to be in the now. And whenever you have an idea about helping somebody, don't thwart it.
Oh, that's very
We
interesting.
must immediately take action. It could be that you're driving past and you see somebody selling some fruit and you say, oh, he's looking so tired. Maybe I should stop and buy some fruit and make him, and I do need fruit in the kitchen. So you should stop. You should buy from him, because the soul Akashic record is reminding you that you have unfinished karma with the soul, and you have to, have an energy exchange, and you have to, and he's waiting to give you something good, and you're waiting to share your resources of wealth with him. So the messages always come blaring and loud, but because we are so activated by the noise of our own consciousness that we don't give our intuitive self the chance to really not only listen and hear, but also to respond appropriately.
So in that moment of response, which I love, Ma, that you're giving us this amazing guidance, that when we have a thought of goodness, we shouldn't thwart it or squash it and say that it isn't grand enough, or now is not the time, or just talk ourselves out of it by saying that I'm in a rush. And in that connection, taking it a bit further and deeper, we have lovely Divya Seth Shah, who joins and sends her love. And she was saying that she was just telling her mother that how cruel people seem happy, and we who are so concerned about others and the planet and earth suffer so much. Why is this?
The reality is that actually everyone is suffering.
Okay.
And sometimes we have tragedy, we lose loved ones, and we feel that is a heartache or a pain that we are carrying. But the reality is that we are carrying those souls in our heart with love and affection and remembrance and joy. And, like yesterday, she had sent me a message that Mihika and her mother send you love.
Aww.
So I had little tears in my eyes, and, I was connecting to Mihika, and I was saying, oh, you're still so omnipotently present in, this
All
exchange in our life. And so I sent out huge truckloads of love to all the mothers. So sometimes we are born as intuitive healers, that we have to heal a magnanimous amount of souls on planet Earth. And we may be thinking that the trigger is the pain, but actually the trigger is immense love for not only yourself, but for all the mothers who've lost their loved children. So, you're just here as a great soul to do the healing. So you have to focus on that, and the more you will share your love and light, and you have no idea how many people you're touching with the healing that you're doing. And you've been doing that healing for I think more than 25 years. So just keep going. These episodes are just triggers in our human life that we have to transform, and the divine is giving us these little episodes of, we may think they're great tragedy and pain, but it's evolution of our soul, and to wipe out our Akashic records of misfortune, and to see that I'm grateful that this thing happened, because it opened me up to serving the world and serving the divine more magnificently. And feeling the flow of those thoughts is very important. Responding with those thoughts, people will come into your life and they will tell you how you touch their lives in magnificent ways. And even if it's, Srila Prabhupada, one of, my gurus, used to always say that you don't have to check every grain of rice when you're cooking it. You have to check only one grain, and if it's tender enough and it's cooked, then all the rice is cooked. So I think in the healing world also, if one mother reaches out to you and say, you've really inspired me to, to heal from this loss, then you know that all the mothers in the universe are emulating your strength and your compassion and your love. And it doesn't have to be just, the mother of a human. It could be the butterfly, it could be the bee, it could be the blue bird.
Yes, Mom.
And it could be the crow, it could be the parrot, it could be anything in nature, the new buds, the new flowers unfurling. They're all being mothered. So continue to, origin of all that heals, you have to understand that it comes from the benevolence of your own heart. So you have to always dip into the ink of your heart to see what it is that you're writing with. So write you must, your story. Maybe one day Divya is going to write a book and we'll all be reading it with Mihika.
Yes.
So sweet. Wisdom is touched and we become cleansed and cleared and more space to share the light.
That is so profound, Ma, because all of us, whether we are mothers or not, every human being experiences loss. And then when you see the courage and the unconditional healing in the other, then you also begin to resonate
Feel very
with that.
touched. And remember that if we become aware of a connection with Mother Earth, she's so compassionate. She's always saying, give me. I can take your burdens and I can nourish you. I can nurture you. You can nest in my energies. So I think that's what being a mother is all about. And emotions bubble up. We are constantly exploring. But finally we have to surrender, because what is the most important is that point of death, where we have to touch the truth that we are always with the divine, and to go with that feeling of, being there at that point. That's the most spiritually empowering experience, when you have somebody you love that you've helped them transition into that spiritual nest. So nesting we must do, all of us.
And of course, we have my most lovely and loved Sumaya Didi, who says that I really needed to hear this. Can't thank you enough. Love you so much. Yes, Sumaya Didi, Sana is always in our daily healing.
Yes.
And so are you and the whole family.
Yeah, that was also a very moment of release.
And pain for those
Pain,
of us who are
course,
left behind.
Yeah.
But as we move ahead, we have Priyanka, who joins in and talks about those who hurt us intentionally in this lifetime and maybe still in our families, in our environment. And she says, Ma, it is difficult to send healing to them, but your continued blessings keep us on this path.
No, but remember that they're not intentionally doing anything. You recorded it in your Akashic records and your karma unleashed, and they're just instrumental bystanders that are activating, and forcing
A karmic
you,
descent of either pain or pleasure.
and for you to really change and transform and activate that new idea, new thought, new generosity. So forgive them and move on, because they were just incidental bystanders and they just influenced you. And
they always ignite us from personal. Sorry, Ma, just to share that they always ignite us, I feel, to touch, coming back to the touching and feel.
Make us feel.
Yeah, they inspire us to feel our true connection and true purpose and touch the magnificence of the greater universe. And so then they become insignificant.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when you forgive them, they're obliterated from your karmic record and they don't have to come back into your life.
So then we break that cycle of pain and suffering.
And misfortune associated with them, and we send out messages in the universe and new people come.
I love that, Ma. And we have Rashmi Bhatt who's joining in, and she says, "Ma'am, you look so divine. Your aura is so positive and it feels so much peace while listening and seeing you. You are looking so, so pretty and beautiful.
So
touch wood. Thanks for inspiring and loving us."
Yeah, you must also. You're equally pretty and beautiful, and I love your energies.
Yes,
all of you out there.
Grateful, Ma. Then we have Sharmila and Arun Uncle who are joining in. We have Parshvati and her mom who's got her eyes open and is watching. And then we have lovely Neha who asks that, "Ma, what is the specific healing we should be doing for our work in 2026? Just to shift gears and get into the material nature, to touch and feel that prosperity and money and Mahalakshmi ji and abundance."
I think one mantra is Om Hu Sa. That is Om, O-M. The second word is Hu, H-O-O-N. And the third word is Sa, S-A-H. This is the Bij mantra of the goddess being activated in your root chakra and your crown chakra and your feet chakra simultaneously. So it manifests abundance, opulence, prosperity, progress, and great willingness to work. Because remember, sometimes we don't create abundance in our lives because we are not, willingly taking the steps forward. So this mantra, when you chant it, I'm going to request Divya to chant it a few times so that you can know how to enunciate and chant it. And it doesn't have to be specific counts. You can just close your eyes and we can all chant it together now.
Om Hum Sa, 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 Om Hum Sa.
Beautiful. Thank you, Divya.
Grateful, Ma.
So this is the truth of 2026, that everybody is going to get an opportunity to make lots of progress and have lots of abundance in their lives. You just have to be willing to work and open all the doors and say, what more can I do? What more can I do? So let's do it.
And in that doing more and healing more, we have Parshvati who requests for guidance for a Bij mantra or an action that she can do so that she can take care of her elderly parents better and her mother can recover faster.
Yeah, just do the healing. Remember my golden cloud and the rain and the sounds and all. Just resonate with them and know that you're doing everything perfectly. Stop worrying.
Yeah,
that's the only
not
thing.
Worrying is the Bij mantra for 2026 and beyond. Yeah. I love that, Ma. And we have a healing request and a guidance request from Shavina, who talks about her lovely son Bhavish, who's 40 years old, and he just had a massive heart attack while traveling.
Oh, God.
And she says he is a very fit person, he doesn't smoke or drink, and has a wholesome lifestyle. And they are all so worried and at a loss to know that why this happened.
Because he's keeping all his emotions trapped and he's feeling something that he's not able to share. Because everybody's wanting him to be this perfect person. So you need to tell him that you love him and you are fine with whoever he wants to be. And he's going to be perfectly fine, not to worry. We'll
That's
send
great.
him healing.
Yes, Ma, sending Bhavish and the whole family lots and lots of
And
healing.
sometimes it's the planets. Remember, the planets are also doing their little peekaboo and sometimes coming through the Akashic records, through the karma, to stir something up and help you to change, to transform, to get new ideas, to harness new energies. And maybe you are thinking it's a perfect lifestyle, but maybe it's not so perfect for him. Somebody could be saying, eat only protein, 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 and that could be killing you because your body is not protein.
Equipped to digest that much protein.
Yeah.
Yes, Ma.
And I feel that this Instagram messages that come up, and a lot of people keep quoting them, I saw this and this astrologer said that.
Like
and
WhatsApp
this
University now has
food
become
guru.
Insta University. Yes, ma'am. This
Yeah,
food guru, that food guru.
Don't listen to everything.
Yes.
Follow your intuitive self and remember that what your mother ate when she was pregnant with you is the best nutrition that helped you grow your body in the womb. And that's the best food. So if she had khichdi is very good. Even
Yes,
if people
ma'am.
tell you it's not good, don't believe them.
Oh.
So stay simple and stay healing, and you don't have to meditate on the blueberries. I have a lot of people saying, I put my budget on hold and I'm just buying these blueberries and eating them and they're restoring me to great health. I don't believe, because they're so stressed about saving money to buy the blueberries that shifting from what they really need to do with their money is making them go crazy and giving them underlying stress and making them unhappy. So the
Yes.
blueberries are not going to heal them.
Oh. Oh
They
no.
could have an apple, and
An
it
apple
could be,
or a banana.
that is more affordable, and they
Yes.
could be very healthy and happy.
Yes, ma'am.
So remember the thoughts, this is for Shivina, what's going on inside the head and making you do things. Is it out of gratitude or is it out of fear? So fear is a killer.
Fear is.
When fear touches you and you feel the fear, then you know for sure that you're harnessing some ill health energies.
So wow, Ma, that's like, just to recap, that we have to reactivate our reconnections with the healing light, the goodness, stay away from criticism, feel the gratitude and the love for everyone, heal and touch the healing presence of the divine, and through the elements and through our senses to just journey forth and to really vibrate with
emotions which are bubbling up, and continuously having gratitude and working for the welfare of others.
That's really important.
And it's not about relatives and friends working for the welfare of others. It's about the whole of
unknown.
nature,
Yes, Ma.
where you're nourished, you're navigating yourself properly, you're nurturing yourself, and you're nesting in the embrace of the divine, feeling the touch and feeling the feeling, and spreading that joy everywhere with each breath.
I think that joy and spreading that joy and staying connected is what I'm taking away from today's Sunday Collective, which is the perfect way to start the year, and that is resonated by so many here. And we have a lovely message in that consciousness from our lovely Anahita, who says, "Dearest Guruma, this is the most perfect, beautiful way to start the new year.
So sweet.
I feel so blessed and grateful, aligned with the light and healing, doing good actions in the now." And she chants Om Hum Sa.
Yes, lovely. And the other thing is for Shavina that
Yes, ma'am.
there are some planets in the new year that are going to be playing peekaboo and hide and seek to create some little flutters
Discomfort
of
and flutter.
discomfort.
Yes, ma'am.
So the yantras are available at the healing center, so she can connect and maybe order one for her son.
For the Heal 2026 yantra.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Or even the planets
Planet
like Ketu
Ketu.
and Jupiter
Yes, ma'am.
and the sun.
Yes, ma'am.
They're available. So
Yes, ma'am.
be in touch with Divya or with
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Mathur,
Absolutely.
and we will send it to you.
Absolutely, ma. And then we have a few healing requests, Ma. Should we
Yes,
conclude with that? And
yes.
a few lovely, light-hearted questions. So we have Preeti Porwal, who says, Ma, I am requesting healing to find a way for Nitish's future. I'm ready to work hard, she says.
Okay, we will meet soon and we will discuss.
And then we have Ronak, who says, Ma'am, I have not joined the InstaLive in a long time. Glad I did today, as I was feeling a little low. Seeing you has made me feel super pumped. Lots of love.
Lots
Miss
of love.
you.
Miss you too.
And yeah, so follow Ma's YouTube channel, and the name is Renooji. And I upload all the archived Sunday collectives every few days. So at least 2 or 3 Sunday collective guidances you'll all be able to get every week. So definitely follow that, Ronak, and everyone else. And then we have Amina, who says, with a grateful heart, loving hugs, dearest Renooji and Divya. We have Sunena, who joins in.
Sweet.
And then we have a very sweet question from Neha, who says, Ma, last year you said to withdraw from sugar in your drink. Is there a special message for 2026?
Yeah, I think that because the sun and Ketu are going to be very high force energies, so having less salt is very important, because a lot of people will start having high blood pressure. And it can lead to lots of complications. So sodium is
very important.
I'm not saying cut it out, because then you could have low sodium and go the other way. But be appropriate. Don't oversalt.
Don't oversalt your food.
Yeah.
Okay, that's something that we have to be very cautious and mindful about.
Yeah.
And then we have Arpita, who shares a funny anecdote in alignment with all the Instagram trends. She says, Ma, the green grapes went out of stock in our local supermarket because of the Instagram trend of eating 12 grapes under the table in the new year to attract a partner or good luck, as done in Spain. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Does that really work, Ma?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't work.
It just says the green energies of the heart, and the green grapes are actually willpower and self-control. So if you do eat 1 grape for every year of
every month of the new year,
then you could be saying that I will have willpower, and I will be appropriate, and I will be grateful, and I will generate some, good fortune for myself, and some intelligence and wisdom and knowledge. So yes, eating a grape but in what consciousness? So you have to see.
Wow. So there is always resonance to these patterns and superstitions. There is an alignment of the truth, but it doesn't mean if 100 people eat the 12 grapes under a table on the 31st that they'll all find a partner.
No.
But it'll all benefit them.
Yeah, and it'll benefit the people that they are resonating with, that I ate the 12 grapes and now everything's going to be great in my life. So it's going to be great. Because the power of attraction is the law of attraction, and what you're generating in your mind is going to help you.
Naomi is laughing and sharing that she bought red grapes. So what are the energies of the red grapes?
The red grapes are activating your root chakra, and they're usually purple. So also it's the wisdom, and it's going to touch intelligence and wisdom and knowledge, and going to help her to make the actions right. So that's wonderful. We are so happy to have all of you here. The origin is, of course, to heal and to touch and to feel the truth, and stay embracing everything in your life with gratitude. That would be my final message.
Yes, Ma. And with every retreat and with every healing gathering, Ma always says to eat all the colors. Try and eat all the colors, if not in a day, then at least in a week.
Yeah.
And so I think if we can plan that, we're very blessed.
Very blessed.
And of course, a glass of water has all the rainbow colors.
Yeah, that's the trick.
That's the trick. And then we have Bittu Auntie, Purnima Huja. So much love from everyone coming in.
Love you all.
It's really so beautiful to be back with the community, and to be back with everyone here. And we have Nidhi, who doesn't give her surname, but there is a lovely Nidhi who's joining in, and she says, today is my birthday. Please bless me.
Happy birthday.
And she wants guidance for herself and career growth. I think gratitude.
And for
the job that you have.
Yeah. The number 4, that all the 4 corners of the resplendent universe are bringing you great gifts, and we're going to send healing that they're multiplied in 2026 and beyond. So stay happy.
I love that, Ma. And then we have a few more messages. People can't get enough of you today, Ma. Should I go ahead and share them?
Yeah.
We have a few moments. We have Purnima Huja, who says that today, this year, thanking for this divine New Year darshan, and she's coming to India next month, and she can't wait to hug us.
Oh, so sweet.
And then we have Preeti Porwal, who says, Ma, please come back next Sunday and every Sunday.
Yes,
we'll definitely be here. And she also asked that what does sweet potato attract?
Sweet potato attracts the pink light of the navel chakra, and it gives you more freedom to access your karmic records and to go back to that point in the womb with the mother and feel embraced and nurtured.
And it's so aligned that Ma is always knows best that yesterday's Jumpstart meditation was the navel chakra consciousness and connection and for sustenance and to all mothers. So Preeti, you can listen to that in the WhatsApp group.
Keep eating the sweet potatoes. And they're good for your health.
They're great for your health. And the last question I'll take for today is from Naomi. We, of course, had our super full moon last evening. They are having it today. So she says that what is that one thing that we can do, and she sends us her love. And she's asking, should I maybe light a colored candle? Or
white colored candle, cook some rice and eat it with something white. So in India, its tradition is to eat it with yogurt. But I don't know in that tradition.
Can she make like a white fish curry, or she can make a risotto? That's really
with
lovely.
Cheese and
with the parmesan. Oh my God, yes.
El dente, risotto el dente, maybe with some edamame.
Oh, lovely.
Green and white.
Green
nice.
And white.
All the portals and all the doors will open. It's a very special day. Where you have access to lots of new doorways, new ideas, new generation of love. So, sending you love and light.
And I think the perfect mantra for all days in 2026 is Om Hun Sa. Om Hun Sa. Om Hun Sa. Om Hun Sa. Love you, Ma. Love you all.
Love you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Bye.
See you next Sunday.
See you next Sunday, for sure. Love you.